Here's a rundown on some of our Alaska news for this Friday morning. That volcano that erupted earlier this week in the Aleutian Islands erupted again, basically 2 days in a row, twice within a 24-hour period. Once again, almost as soon as the alert was issued, the alert was lowered. They're keeping an eye on that volcano, still rumbling 2 days in a row. The senator who challenged the PFD cut back in July has now challenged it again in the Supreme Court. Senator Volcano making that appeal to restore the money. Alaska apparently ranks lowest in the nation for gas taxes. That will change as the governor has proposed tripling gas tax for his new budget. Also, the state is officially taking over the AKLNG project. This will be my subject of commentary today, why I think it's foolish. And, of course, you may disagree with me. I'd love to have a conversation about that. However, basically, they are moving forward. Despite it not being economic, they are taking over the Alaska LNG, liquefied natural gas project. The mayor of Fairbanks made some Facebook posts this week that elicited a strong reaction from the public, most of it actually positive, about him calling the police on a woman who left her kids in the car while she ran into Fred Meyer. Also, the 30th homicide has happened in Anchorage now. This is the deadliest year for Anchorage in history. The new state budget apparently will cut 75 DOT positions, mostly out of the engineering department. And the developers of that Anchorage building that was abandoned by state lawmakers earlier this year, they've taken it to court. They want to get paid. A woman here in Fairbanks has been arraigned for murder. She admitted to police, well, maybe I shot him, maybe he shot himself. Well, it's going to trial now. Also, police here in Fairbanks are concerned about the new changes to forensic nursing. In other words, those are the nurses that are on call that come in and examine a person's bruises, especially in domestic violence cases, to determine how those bruises and other cuts might have been, how they may have happened. The reason for the cuts isn't because of the budget. It's because of burnout. They just simply don't have enough nurses to be on call all the time for that. They're looking at other options at this point, including widening the pool. A person who's alleged of stalking a woman and then also shooting at a driver in a car has entered a plea in court in Fairbanks. And another glitch has delayed the fix for that loophole in the pot businesses in the valley, in the Mat-Su area. Apparently, this glitch comes from a parliamentary mistake. They didn't publicize the meeting properly, so now they have to push it off again, this time until probably sometime in January. Mining in the Ambler district is moving forward, as is the plan for building a 200-plus mile road out there. And it looks like Alaska senators have backed a call to investigate claims of Russian influence on the election. Also, the Mat-Su Borough is seeking $75 million to finish a rail line. And there's a new low out there. Apparently somebody stole the donation box at the Southeast Alaska Food Bank. Wow. Lastly, some tips for dealing with ornery moose at ADN.com. You can hear all of the stories, the 30-minute version on audio, which is available for download on my website here, radiofreespeech.com. And if you like what I'm doing, please consider buying a subscription or becoming a supporter on Patreon. And tell all your friends it's radiofreespeech.com.